Producing powerhouses, can we start by getting your name and your roles?
I'm Norberto Barba, executive producer director.
David Greenwald, executive producer, co-creator.
Jim Goff, executive producer, co-creator, writer, director.
So, can you start by talking a little bit about what is it about fairy tales that all of a sudden they become a very big thing?
I think it became interesting because it was free to develop. Everybody knew it. It was in the public domain, so it was something they didn't have to spend a lot of money on to do. Everybody knows them, and everybody's interested in doing a new take on them. So I think that's what you're getting is a retelling.
So how do you decide which fairy tales you want to tell?
We try to find the fairy tale within real life, within real crime. And we try to attach a fairy tale to it because obviously not every fairy tale lends itself to telling us a procedural story. So we try to find crimes that allow us to tell a fairy tale element of it or to find the best element of it.
So you're going into season 3 and you haven't killed anyone yet, like main characters?
We have killed semi-main characters.
I think Oh, okay. I said everybody thought it was going to be Hank, because, you know, the guy on the crutches is always a goner. I mean, I wasn't like a proponent, but that was the theory.
What was the deal with the crutches? Because it seemed like he went away for a couple of weeks, and next thing you know, he's on crutches.
He genuinely did hurt himself in real life, and so they wrote something to explain it.
Oh, okay.
Just like Brie got pregnant in real life, and we had to figure out a way to write her out of the show for a period of time and bring her back. So we're presented with real problems which we have to deal with.
Has there been a story that you wanted to do that you were told, you can, or rather you didn't?
We get that all the time, yeah. Some things they think are too similar to something we've done before, some things are a little too, they don't want to push that into controversial. Yeah, everything we do has to be approved, obviously, by the network. They always ask us to tone things down if we push too far.
With the serial nature of the show, will you ever reach a point where maybe you tackle every single fairy tale there is and you have to create your own?
Well, we're doing that now. We're creating fairy tales that don't exist. There's the Blue Bad Bowerschwein feud, which is, believable. But we can play that again and again. There's more mileage to be had from those stories. So
I thought it was interesting, and forgive me because I don't remember the name of the Vestin, but the one with the pregnancy episode towards the end of the season. I love that episode.
Oh, great.
And I thought it was interesting because we've seen Nick at the very beginning of the series was very strict, like I'm a cop, like this is the law, and they did kill someone, and he just kind of was okay with letting them go. So is he becoming, you think, more sympathetic to that world versus the real world, or how? I just thought it was interesting to change for him.
In that situation, that character did not mean to kill that rancher.
Right.
And I think that Nick saw that these people were benevolent and that they deserved his help and a chance.
I think I thought it was a change from how he would have handled it at the beginning of the series.
Well, sometimes Nick has to behave as a Grimm and not as a cop.
Right.
And he has to make some really tough choices. There'll be some really tough choices coming up early this year.
But that's an example of a story that wasn't really a fairy tale, but we wanted to explain alien abduction.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic.
Cabernet mutilation.
Yes.
Guys, I'm sorry. We've got to move you to the next.
Wow,
Thank you.